Well, if you didn't just watch the 6 and Under healing from the Royal Crown, you need to go back to roping.com and watch it. It was incredible. Such amazing horses, and we have a lot to talk about because Jeremy Buhler was the big winner. He had 4 horses in the short round, and so we get to talk all about that. But first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what a showing in the short round.
Yeah, there were a lot of good horses, and the guys were all roping good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, coming back 5th through 1st. All showed up, and that's how they ended up in the average as well. So we'll show you that coming up, but let's just start by going through the rounds. We're going to start in round number 1. So the horse that we're going to be talking about that won overall, DT Hickorys Angus. So this is round number 1. You were a 154.35, started it off first place, $1,500. Tell us about it.
You know, that's a really good horse owned by Dean Tufton, and him and his crew up there, they've put a lot of work into him, and I got him last March, I believe, and had him with me all summer and showed him a little. And, you know, I just can't say enough good about this horse. He, you know, he's just great to be around. And then, you know, you show up at the show on him, and he seems to always grab a gear and do even better whenever you go to town, which to me, that's a pretty special attribute. Yeah,
definitely. As we take a look at these results, there you see 154.35 for $1,500. Jeremy Buhler, DT Hickorys Angus, Andy Holcomb, and Pale Liberty, and then Andy on Oops, I'm Fine. They had some great runs as well. Logan Cullen, Daniel Reed, great job to the top 5 to start it off in round number 1. Then we get to take a look at round 2. You were 4th in this round on DT Hickorys Angus, a 154.45, so really close, and we're going to continue seeing that with your scores. What do you think of this one?
You know, I felt like this steer was a little bit better, maybe ran a little bit of a better pattern. You know, it just kind of stayed consistent. I thought the horse did good. He was good in the box, good down the arena, good through the corner. Like, I thought it was just a good run. Yeah, that's about the time you start getting nervous, when you know that the horse is doing his part and you go, all right, now I better be catching.
You were telling me too that you try not to keep up with all the details of the judging and just go out and do your best.
Yeah, you know, it's at the end of the day, you can only do your best, and you hope that the judges see it the same way you do, and sometimes they don't. And I think either way, you can just do your best and see where it all falls.
Yeah, be proud of that. There you are. This actually says a 155.82, so I might be off on that. But $1,500 for the win in round 2. I think that might... Oh, that was on your other horse. That's right.
Yeah,
we're getting ready to look at some of these others. So Andy Holcomb was second on Oops, I'm Fine. Dakota Kirkenslogger, Jeremy Buhler, and what we want to talk about some of the other horses you were riding, including this one as we go into round 3. But first, we'll take a look at the horse that you won it on. So again, this is the DT Hickorys Angus. Tell us about this run.
I think this was the third run, and yeah, you know, that steer was a little bit stronger. He kind of was real straight or even a step right. I thought Brock did a great job. You know, he could have just got carried away right there and just threw, and you can kind of see that steer rolled his head just a little bit, but because of his helping right here, going all the way to him and then getting a hold of him and giving me a lot of read there, I felt like he turned a stronger steer into a good opportunity to show the horse. And I mean, Angus, he just he did the same deal that he always does, you know, just good right across the board.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good point about Brock. He's been roping a bunch here, and it's impressive to see what they're able to do. So this is your other horse, right?
Yeah, so this is SLR Swinging Hickory. She's Hickory Holly Time as well. So Dean didn't raise her, but some people in Canada at Stump Lake Ranch, Bruce Chernoff and Todd Snodgrass, this is their horse. They've raised her, and yeah, same thing. This mare, she's real stingy. She tries super hard, and she's kind of got that same thing about Angus. When you go to town, she seems to grab another gear and be a little more intense. And I got a leg on her in the first round, so I was happy to sort of bounce back with her.
Yeah, she likes the spotlight, and that's always a great thing. And I wanted to show that run because that was a 156. That's an incredible score. $1,500 for the round win on that one. You see again Dakota Kirkenslogger in there, Andy Holcomb. But then you also got 5th on another horse, and you were telling me all these horses have something in common, right?
Yeah, so I showed 5 today, and they were all by Hickory Holly Time. So DT Spark a Trillion is the one that won 5th right there, and she's a 5-year-old that Dean owns, and same deal. She's been through their program. I mean, him and his guys there have done a great job with that horse, and I've only had her for the last I don't know, 2-3 months maybe, where I've been roping with her and kind of trying to get with her to show her. But yeah, it's definitely a team effort with those guys, and yeah, can't say enough about how well those horses are doing. Pretty happy to be a part of the team.
Well, I'm sure they're really happy to have you as well. And now it's time for the short round. I mentioned the top 5 all came back and stayed in that order, had great runs. You came back on 4 different horses, but this, of course, was the winning 156.15. That's incredible. What do you think of this one?
This steer was great, I thought. Same deal. I sound like a broken record, but Brock did a great job. I mean, just you can see on the run it was just a day off, and Angus was good. I mean, when I've been in these positions before, and I've had it when I was high call, and I missed on a pretty good stud here a couple of years ago in Rock Springs at a Royal Crown event. And I mean, there's nothing worse. So when you're high call, I mean, I think it's time to kind of throw the horse showing out the window and go back to just heeling and try to get the job done. So that's kind of what I tried to do there. And yeah, really happy with Angus, how he took that.
I think that's cool that you learned from that and didn't let it haunt you. You've changed what you needed to really, I guess, pull through with the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the overall results here. And we're going to take a look at another run. Oh, yeah, because you were second in the short round. Okay,
so this is DT Hickory Flicker. A friend of mine owns him. He's also a Hickory Holly Time, but a friend of mine, Ryan Burke, he owns this horse. He's the same. He's a 5-year-old. You know, he did good. He was a little bit green today in spots, but he was also good in other spots. So, I mean, it's early in the year. I'm happy with him. I think he's going to do good. It's just kind of a matter of, you know, giving him these positive experiences and completing the course.
That steer didn't really like being pantyhosed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's so impressive, both of those. I'm glad Praj is keeping me on track here because I wanted to pull so many of these runs because they were so impressive. Here are the results of the short round. So, Jeremy, you were first and second. I mentioned that 156.15 being so impressive. $1,000 to the highest score that didn't place in the average. So there you were on DT Hickory Flicker. Then Andy Holcomb. There you are again, Jeremy Buhler and Dakota Kirkensloger. So what a short round we got to watch. That was a lot of fun. And then we get to take a look at the overall results. So almost $20,000, but when you add in what you won in the rounds, over $20,000 here today, just at this 6 and under healing. That has to be exciting.
Yeah, you know what? It is really exciting. Just, you know, I can't say enough good about Matt Zancanella and Levi O'Keefe and everybody in the office and everybody that's putting these things together and making it so that guys like me can, you know, come and show horses and do this and be partners with, you know, guys that are raising horses and just, you know, they're making quite an industry, and I'm super thankful to those guys to do that so that we have an opportunity to do what we do.
Yeah, very well said. A big congratulations to all the riders, owners, breeders, everyone involved. Andy Holcomb on Oops, I'm Fine. That was a fun one to watch as well. Just the entire short round. I feel like I've just been saying that on repeat, but it really was awesome. What more can you tell us, since you have so many that are the Hickory Holly Times, what more can you tell us about those? Obviously, you like them.
I do like them. I get along great with them. Like I said, I got 5 in my barn right now. You know, they're just good horses. You know, they go to the ground really nicely, and you know, Hickory Holly Time himself was a great horse all around. But then, from what Dean's told me and from watching and learning, is he was a great horse down the fence, and to me, that's, you know, it correlates a lot with a really good heel horse, and I see that in all these horses. So they're good. They try really hard. I mean, they're just, I get along great with them. I like them a lot.
So one of my favorite moments of my entire career was when you won the World Championship and you didn't know you'd won it. You knew you won the average at the NFR, and I was like, no, you won the gold buckle. You won the deal, and you just couldn't even believe it. We're in total disbelief. I mean, made history that day. It's been a fun career, hasn't it?
You know what? It's been a wild ride. You know, I'd be lying if I said I ever planned on it going this far or whatever, but I mean, we're in this deep, so we may as well have fun and see how far we can take it.
Back then you looked a little bit different.
Yeah, I got a little boy now that's a year and a half old, and yeah, the beard had to go. He can get a hold of it and lead me around the yard. So yeah, we're going to keep her a little tighter now.
Yeah. Talk more about your family life and training horses, just balancing all of that.
It's great. I mean, from the time I was a little kid, I've always wanted to make a living with her open my hand. And, now with Katie and Brock, I've been very blessed with a great family. And just the fact that, like earlier in between runs, he can be at the sidelines and he's already horse crazy. He likes riding and he likes chasing steers with me. And I mean, just being able to do that and make a living doing that and raise them in an industry with the kind of people that are in this and the whole deal. I mean, I'm very fortunate and very thankful.
Yeah, makes it a lot of fun. A few things that you've said today make me realize that you're just continually learning and wanting to get better. And you talked about that. I mean, watching everything today, it just, you have to do that. You have to continue to elevate. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, yeah, like you watch this short round here and you watch all the guys and the horses, and it's amazing. I mean, everybody's at home working their tails off, trying to figure it out, trying to get better. Mm-hmm. The breeders are trying to find the right crosses with with all the bloodlines and stuff. And honestly, the team roping breeding and stuff like that, it's still fairly young, Mm-hmm. But it's just, I think it's one of those things that you got to be a little bit, you don't need to be falling asleep at the wheel. I think you got to love the process and you got to love working at it and you got to be trying to get better every day, or I think you'll get ran over in a hurry. Yeah,
for sure. I wish we could have shown all your runs because it was just run after run, just scooping up 2 feet. It was really impressive. How did you feel overall when it was all said and done? What are your thoughts on today?
Oh, thank you. I was pretty happy with today. I let a couple get away. I think there was a couple things that I could have done better that I'll dang sure be working on tomorrow. But, as a whole, I'm very happy. It's nice whenever you put a lot of work and a lot of time into it, and then you come and you execute your game plan, and that's a lot of fun. That's what it's all about to me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm sure all the owners are very excited as well. Just great for all of those programs and the stallions and everything. So any final thoughts?
No, just thank you guys for everything, and thank you for the outreach and having me for the interview, and I appreciate it.
Well, we're glad you came up to talk all about it and that we could show you everything that got accomplished today. It was so much fun to watch the 6 and under healing. Big congratulations to Jeremy Buhler, not only on first, but on placing and winning over $20,000. It was awesome. If you didn't see it, go check it out at ropin.com. I'm Amy Wilson. We're here in Buckeye, Arizona, and we'll be back with more.